Hey there, Jeep fans, convoy crazies, and jerry can junkies, and what else have we got going on? Mutt maniacs. You know it. So, we got the old junk pile back together. What are we doing today? Well, I'm fixing to paint my generator up. We're going to try to get the thing charging. And right now I'm looking for an X-Acto knife. I don't know where I put the darn thing. And gonna cut some tape around a tag, paint the generator, put it on, take the cover off of the voltage regulator, check it out, and then I could put my water pump belt on and stuff and check for coolant leaks. Stuff like that. Whenever I can let it sit and idle properly, then I'll be able to tune the carburetor and do all that other happy horse doo-doos. But right now we're working on this here. Look at that. Got her cleaned up yesterday. Starting to get a little cold at night, so kind of sucks. I want to get all this done before it gets too cold. But first we'll get you up to this point. I have some clips that we're gonna share to get you up to today, and then we'll go from here, okay? So when I took this engine apart, 3 of these bushings were missing. My dad machined me 3 on a lathe, and I welded them right to this belt guard that goes on the front of the pan here. And yep, we'll never lose any of them again. Oops, wrong key. It's funny. USA! USA! Just give it a kissy. Put that shit out of there. This is still a little sharp. I'll do this side by hand. Most of these on the reverse side of what you drill, you'll always get some kind of burr like that. Get in there. Bolts never start right on camera. This is ridiculous. Wow. I look like a complete clown. There we go. Get in there. That was something else. These fuel pumps are gigantic pieces of garbage. I think I'm going to remake this in steel. This pump, what do you call it? A pump cistern? What would you call that? Oh, I think I heard it that time. Getting a little low on the argon. Hey, argon. Can't weld one-handed. I can't TIG one-handed, so this is as close as you're gonna get. Look at that messed up tungsten too. Oh, I hate that. This isn't the oil burning bitch anymore, so I'm gonna need a new name. I need you guys to help me think of a new name for this machine. I was thinking there's a little coolant. That's what I was thinking. I figure out where that's coming from. I was thinking Suzie-Q, but I'm not completely decided on that name yet. We'll see. If you guys have any suggestions, throw it in the comments. That's what they're for. Well, I sure do wish I knew what that said. I'd re-stencil it right on there. Oh well, that sucks. Tis what it is, though. Look at that. Heck yeah, we ain't getting no paint on that armature. Heck yeah, buddy. Get in there. How about that? You're welcome. I don't know. I guess a normal person would just take this thing apart. But we ain't doing that. I thought about it. I thought about it, Speedy. And I decided I was just gonna paint the dumb thing and get it on there and see if we can get the thing charging. One more and we can hit it. Look at that. That's what's up. Another thing I thought was weird about this is the whole end's open. Hey guys, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Probably could have went with an inch smaller, shorter belt, but that's okay. I just got what was on it. So this housing wasn't grounded before. So this is your grounding tab here. I recommend grounding this housing because otherwise all you're relying on, I mean, it's not going to ground through these lower mounts because they're set in rubber, so it can't ground there. You're relying on this adjuster to ground the whole generator housing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to solder up a little lead that goes from here over to my block ground here and ties into that. Then we'll have this generator grounded out pretty well. The regulator checks out. There's voltage there on the battery terminal. So I won't be able to distinguish the rated charge and the output voltage when it's running until I get the thing running and put a voltmeter on it. So we're gonna hook these leads up here. I don't really like how these look. They're not RQ, Rossmann quality, but it'll do for now. And then we'll get the voltmeter on it and we can circulate some fluids, and I don't get to show you how easy this thing starts with the hand crank. I should be laying on something instead of just on dirt. Now, this front left corner of this oil pan is giving me a little grief. The timing cover was off kilter. To fix that, I'd have to take this whole end of the machine off. I'd have to pull that hub, pull the timing cover. I didn't get a gasket in the kit, so I'd have to get a gasket because you know you're going to rip it and tear it and ruin it. Clock the timing cover right and then put everything back together. So, oh, this isn't even tight. Well, that's probably your problem right there. The pan's not tight. Anyways, I left it, I put goop in that front corner when I put this pan on. And, you know, that's a Band-Aid really. It's not the right way to do it. But in lieu of taking the whole front end of this machine off, which I'll do probably when I service that water pump, whenever the water pump starts to go or it starts to leak, that's when I'll do all of that. But right now we're just gonna do what we're gonna do. I have a feeling I'm gonna be taking this head back off, and I'll tell you why. It's because I feel like I see a little bit of coolant coming out of that head gasket. I don't really like it. I turned it over to make sure I'm not leaking coolant inside, but the spigot's leaking. Tighten that up, so we're just gonna fire it up and go from there. You don't want to kill these. They are 5/16 bolts, but you still don't want to kill them. Well, don't mind me. I'm just going to keep tightening, snugging up these bolts here. You don't have to kill these if you have a cork gasket, which that's what this one is, cork. So let's keep that in mind. You don't have to kill it. If you have to kill it to get it to seal, then something else is going on. And you really should worry about that. About as tight as your normal overhead valve cover. I'm sure there's a torque spec for these, but I do most things by feel, unless it's something you actually have to torque, like a head. All right, yeah, most of these were pretty loose, so that should take care of the oil problem. I tightened the spigot up. We'll see if we have any more coolant leaks. And, well, let's get this thing fired up. I want to hear it. How do you work this stupid thing? Hey, let me know if I spill any, okay? Alright, that'll be a little enough to play around a little bit. I'm going to prime it so I don't have to crank frickin' 5 years. This darn thing. There. Just a tiny little bit. I think I ran it about out of fuel last time. We got some petrol in there now, mate. We got some petrol now, mate. Okay, fuel's on. Okay. Choke on. Anything else? No, we got the Jenny on there. Water pump's gonna turn. Thing's full of fluid. I already turned it over to make sure I didn't hydraulic it, make sure I don't have some kind of stupid leak in there. And well, let's turn the key on and hit it. Well, what do you think? Pressure relief fluttering or what's doing that, but at least it's not like, you know, 5 or 10 pounds. This chamber of the fuel pump leaks back. This middle part of the pump here, where that one-way valve is, there's 2 of them in there. One of them is cracked. It's starting to press up, so it's letting this pump leak back. Okay, so I'm going to fix that. I'm going to make a new one of these. No smoke. No funny sounds or anything. This is my style of wiring here. Crimped, soldered, and heat shrunk. valve a little loose. What we got over here? See what I mean about that little bit of rust in there? Torque the head, run it again. If not, we're pulling the head off, and I'm going to have to put some kind of sealer on there. Hey, you guys remember this? My burnishing stick. That's why I left the cover off of this generator. Let's see if we can stick this in here. Tried to get out the real voltage meter here. Had to get out old Big Papa. So we're dialing in this voltage regulator there. Just putting out 10 volts. That's way too much for a 6-volt system. Now we're down to 8 volts. I'm going to keep on adjusting it a little bit. This is your voltage regulator. This is your current regulator. This is the cutout. So that's what Lou tells me anyways. I don't know. But we're just fiddling around with it a little bit, trying to get dialed in. I'm going to see if this will fit in there. Burnish this. I think I might have to get a smaller stick and another piece, well, just a smaller stick. You don't ever want to stick anything in there that's metal. Just don't do it. Don't do it. What's that mean? What is that, Tyler Perry? Don't do it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't think that's going to fit in there. I'm just going to get a smaller stick. Contact. Now, if we're lucky, we got our mini burnishing stick. Hold on. This is our welding generator burnishing stick, and we got mini-me. Don't stick anything metal in here. we got a functioning charging system. Hell yeah, brother. And that's the sound we know and all love. Those of us old Jeep fans out there, just that subtle, very, very subtle miss. Gotta love that sound. I know I do. So thanks for watching this series. That's a good. That's gonna be about. That's it. That's it for old Suzie-Q here. In my time, I won't record it, but I'm gonna get all this linkage working right. Get the thing kicking up the welding speed. Those of you who have been following along, you know I had a little bit of difficulty with that. A little difficulty with the WO that was on this. So we put this big honking 6-cylinder carburetor on it, and it runs good. Might have to make another metering run. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, that's it. That's a wrap for this series. I'm just gonna let the sound of that Go Devil just end this whole thing. A big arc.